like to thank Total Element for sponsoring this video. All right, guys, welcome back. So, I'm building a new rotor, and this one's kind of wild. All of this has been printed with PETG. It's kind of like my new favorite filament, but I want to start this video off by talking about where I get my stuff from, especially my magnets. So, this hobby of mine isn't really that expensive when it comes to building things like these rotors, because that's all done with 3D printing. I try to 3D print as much as I can on my motors. Sometimes I have to use acrylic. But acrylic and the filament, that's not really that expensive. The two most expensive things in my hobby are the magnets and the magnet wire. Now, I've got tons of magnet wire I've stocked up over the years. So the only ongoing real cost is magnets. And I don't like getting my magnets from Amazon. There's nothing wrong with Amazon. If you want to just get some general purpose magnets, I'm not really confident in the grades that I get from them. They claim to be N45s or N52s, but I'm not 100% sure. So when it comes to building any type of decent motor, and I really need to rely on the magnet size and its grade, I used to go to one of two of the big magnet providers. I'm not going to say their names, but magnets can be pretty expensive. And so a couple of months ago, I found a new magnet supplier. I think there's a difference between a place that sells magnets and a place that is an actual magnet supplier. And that place is called Total Element. Total Element, for me, that I've seen, is anywhere from $10 to $20 cheaper than the other two high-end providers or decent magnet providers. These guys are suppliers, so they sell their magnets in bulk too. And the more you buy, the less you pay. That's how the bulk thing works. Well, I reached out to them to let them know how much I enjoy their magnets, and I almost only now buy from Total Element, and I only buy N52s. That's what these guys are. And they asked me if I wanted to join their affiliate program. So in the description, you'll see the affiliate link. If you use the code 3DPPM, you get 10% off of any magnets that you buy from them, whether you use the link or not. It's great if you did use the link, but you don't have to. You'll still get the 10% off. So they're already cheaper. They're still high end, and they're already cheaper than the other guys. And then with an extra 10% off by using 3D PPM, you can get yourself some really good magnets at a very affordable price. So again, in the description and probably on the screen, if I can figure out how to do that, I should be able to do that. On the screen will be the code with the affiliate link. The affiliate link will be in the description. The code will be on the screen along with a little shout out to Total Element. But yeah, Jason over there has been a great guy. Hooked me up with this promo code thing. Anyway, so back to the video. So I'm building this guy, and I'm using, and they're also sponsoring this video. They sent me 8 of these N52 1" by 3/8 barrel magnets for free, which I thought was kind of cool, man. I mean, holy mackerel. Anyway, so I'm building this guy here, and you can see it's not all 3D printed. Obviously, I cut out, these are 1/4" bolts that I cut the heads off and screwed them in there I actually printed this with the threads in there, but I had to chase it with a tap. And so let me get this guy built. I'll bring you back. We'll put it in the test stand and we'll see how it goes. It seems to be okay. Nice and tight. These caps are press fit in there. And so I think I started north, south, north, south, north. And then I grab one of these guys and I go ink. Let me see. That's north. That's south. Slide it on in there. Get the black cap. It's a good press fit, although I think I have to first use this guy to give me a little bit of a head start. So let me, I always double check. People say, well, what, you should just push it up against the magnet and then you'll know, but it's a lot easier this way. Anyway, I'll bring you back. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm going to put it in the stand, and it came out really nice. Look at how nice and level that is. I didn't think for a second I'd get these spikes or these arms that straight. But yeah, it's nice and straight. And those are N52s, all right. Ay, ay, ay. There we go, a little bit of magnetic gearing. All right, I'm going to keep that guy in there for the drive. Take this guy out and put this in there. Put this puppy in there. Stay tuned. So you could probably see I didn't attach the black ring quite centered. It's kind of got a little bit of a wobble to it. But other than that, it's nice and level. Let me bring it down here so you can see like that. Oh, not really. Yeah, it's pretty level. All right, let me fix this. All right. All right, I'm trying to figure out if I want to run it off of this one or run it off of that one. I don't really have a lot of room for coils over here, although I do have my coil holders. That's right, I forgot. All right, stay tuned. So now that I think about it, my low voltage coil setup might work really well with this. Low voltage going in, producing some high voltage coming out of these top coils here. Because, yeah, this is nice and light. It's powerful. It's got the N52s in it, but it is really light. And, of course, it's floating. And, yeah, that might work really well. Let me try hooking up the low voltage to it just to see if it works. Stay tuned. All right, so the low voltage is working. I think it might be a little bit too heavy, though. I mean, it is working. You can see the LEDs flashing on the coil, and I have it at 3.5 volts, which is what it's supposed to be doing. This is that low voltage circuit that I got from Sky Collection. I think that's the speed in which it'll go. I don't really want to turn it up any higher because here, let me now I'm at 3.9, and that's kind of overdoing it as it is. Yeah, it wouldn't work for any type of real output on the top one. Let me reset this. Yeah, it's definitely weird. If I try to go any higher than 4 volts, it doesn't work at all because this is a special circuit. And it barely, so it's at 3.8 now. It'll keep it going, but really slow. Let me try something else. Stay tuned. Man, I forgot how powerful that guy was as far as a run magnet. I've only got it on 7 volts. And I can pull these back and it's still connected. If I push it in though, it really gets going. And of course I get some really good output from the circuit itself. As far as this guy, I think I'm going to have to use him solely on a low voltage, hanging from, I saw Sky do it, setting it up so it has almost no friction at all. Because it is big, the magnets are small, they're powerful, but they're small, so they don't work well with the dual JL94 circuit. I'll have to experiment more with it. I don't think I can get much out of it in the way of any type of power. I mean, I could check. Yeah, let's check anyway. Stay tuned. Yeah, so I'm only getting like 1.5 volts, and these guys are sunk up together or connected in series. Yeah, 1.5 volts going through the bridge rectifier. Yeah, I have to use this setup for a totally different, I have to set up a totally different environment for this guy. I have to use the low voltage one to get him going. All right, stay tuned. Yeah, it was just a matter of getting the right setup. These are smaller magnets, so they need a beefy coil and a different circuit. And it's flashing for you, but it's solid for me. And there's a lot of back EMF because even the neons are lighting up. All right. So thank you, Total Element. Magnets are awesome. They're less expensive than the other 2 big boys and still high quality. This guy's floating. Looks like a propeller blade on the video. Doesn't look like that in person, but it is moving. And we're at 12.5 volts. I should see what the pickup side of this coil. This coil is a special coil made by Sky. It's got a run side and a pickup side. Let me hook up the pickup side and see what we're getting out of it. Stay tuned. Yeah, so that's a great coil. I'm getting 95 volts out of it through the bridge rectifier. That's insane. For this little rotor with small 1-inch N52, well, 1-inch by 3/8 N52. But that's a good coil. Getting 98 volts out of it. Of course, that's going through a bridge rectifier with a lot of caps on there. There's 200 volts worth of caps on there. At first, I wasn't getting anything, and I realized because I had it on 20 volts, I didn't think it was going to go that high. But I remember the last time I did something with this coil, it produced a lot of voltage. Probably not a lot of amps. There's 100 volts. That's crazy. I still want to set this guy, I want to set this guy up on a low voltage, almost no resistance type of setup. And I know how to do it. You do it with a magnet above, a magnet below, and a wire. through the center of it, or something like that. 101 volts. That's crazy. It's a good coil, that's why. And it's going through a good bridge rectifier. All right, guys. Thank you, Total Element. Again, if you guys want to get magnets and you want high quality at a low price, 3D PPM is the code for 10% off. Use my affiliate link and I get a little some. Thank you guys for watching. Ciao.